It looks like Lushan is sticking her nose into things that are none of her business.
This isn't the right time.
He was always after me and everything was just going great until Marta got in the way, just as she did with your father.
If there's anything that concerns my children, you have to tell me about it. Do you understand?
Excuse me for interfering, but if Luciana didn't...
But still, she doesn't have any right to keep from me anything that has to do with my children.
Yes, but...
I don't even want to think about how much trouble she's in.
Luciana, the fact that I can't be with you doesn't mean that I can just forget everything I feel for you.
Are you all right, Madam Lillian? Is anything wrong?
It's nothing you can fix. Nobody has the cure for love problems.
Along Came Love, in association with Blue Band Peanut Butter.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola, taste the simple joys.
Breastfeed your baby exclusively for the first 6 months of life. It helps them grow healthy and strong and protects them from infections and illnesses. Mothers with suspected or confirmed COVID-19 should be encouraged to initiate or continue to breastfeed while adhering to COVID-19 infection prevention and control measures to avert contact transmission of the virus to their infants and young children. Breast milk remains the best food and improves the baby's immunity. Breastfeeding is a foundation for a child's future health. Mothers who breastfeed reduce their risk of developing breast and ovarian cancers.
This is NTV.
Of September 2020, and you're joining us live from the Elysian Resort, our third day in Kiambu County in the Mweruteri edition here in Kiambu County. We're coming to you live from Kiambu County sub-county within the county. My name is Zainab Ismail and you're watching NTV At One. Now today is exactly 6 months since the country registered the first case of coronavirus in the country, and up to date there have been 35 25,969 confirmed cases for the past 6 months, and counties have been at the forefront in safeguarding their residents from the virus. The county government of Kiambu, in a bid to curb the spread of the virus and take care of those affected, has, among other things, installed oxygen plants in Tigoni Hospital and Kiambu Level 5 Hospital, as well as put in place mitigation measures to stop the spread of the virus. NTV's Melita Oletenges is now joining us live from Tigoni Hospital, which is the county's isolation center, with an update. Melita?
Since the first coronavirus case was announced in the country. And of course, counties have been on the forefront of ensuring that they stem the spread of the virus and of course flatten the curve also. And we've seen in recent days numbers have declined. Yesterday, the country announced 176 new cases of coronavirus. And today we are here at the Kiambu County Isolation Center in Limuru, and we are just going to get what they have been doing to ensure that residents here are safe from the virus. Allow me to bring in the County Executive Committee member of this county in charge of health. Thank you so much, Waziri, for joining us today. Perhaps where are we in terms of ensuring that this county is safe from coronavirus?
Thank you. Since COVID-19 was declared a pandemic in this country in March this year, Kiambu County went into full gear in terms of prevention, promoted the activities of containment measures, which includes washing hands, sanitizing, social distancing, and wearing of masks. We also went ahead in preparation of our isolation centers in Thika Hospital, in Gatondo, in Kiambu, and here in Kiambu COVID Center, Thika, which was formerly called Tigoni Hospital. In total, county-owned beds are well over 800, and inclusive of the faith-based and private in Kiambu County, we are well over 1,000. Here in this center, we have 230 beds ready with a 14-bed ICU, ventilators, monitors, and well-trained staff. And we have handled well over 100 to 200 patients in this center. Most all of them virtually have come very sick, and some of them come very sick, but on treatment they go home quite completely healed. We have installed a bulk oxygen. Behind us there is an oxygen tank of 3-ton oxygen, which supplies oxygen to all our wards at the bedside. As you are aware that in management of COVID disease, oxygen is very, very important, and you cannot deal with oxygen. You cannot give oxygen through just cylinders. You need much more sources, bigger source of oxygen. We have also done the same in Kiambu, which is being installed now, in Thika and also in Gatondo. In Gatondo, we have 52-bed isolation center, which is mainly dedicated to healthcare workers. In Thika, we have 35 beds, and in Kiambu, 18 beds. We are also in the process of starting an isolation center, which will be open in the next less than 1 month in Roiro, a 150-bed, and also in this center, through partners and donors, we have also put up behind us another 100-bed isolation center. So in total here in this facility, we'll have 330-bed isolation beds. Also in Wangige is a new hospital which is complete now with another 200 beds. So we are quite well prepared in terms of management of our patients in this county.
Waziri, thank you. And of course, Kiambu County, part of it is rural, and perhaps some of these people let their guard down in regards to mitigation measures, perhaps a public health measure rather. Perhaps what are you doing to ensure that people in the rural areas follow these guidelines?
Thank you. We have community health volunteers. We have community health extension workers, community health workers, assistants, who are doing a lot in the community at community level. That's level 1 of healthcare. They follow up our residents, those who are unwell. They are the ones even oversighting home-based care, which has actually given a lot of fruits, because once a patient is not symptomatic and positive, home-based care has proved to be the best, and the recovery is very fast.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mureo. That has been Dr. Mureo, the Chief Executive Committee member, Kiambu County here, touching on a number of issues. Of course, we'll be bringing you in detail the story later on in our 7 and 9 o'clock bulletin. In the Miruti edition, we are covering the Kiambu Isolation Center and other hospitals, just to see how well the county is prepared to battle the COVID-19 pandemic. But for now, over to you in studio, Zainab.
All right, thank you, Melita, for that, and we'll be getting more details later on in our subsequent bulletins with regards to this day. Now, the dramatic search for Kapseret Member of Parliament Oscar Sudi ended this morning after he presented himself to a police station in Eldoret. Now, this comes a day after efforts by police to arrest him on Friday night failed. The Member of Parliament arrived at Langata Police Station in the company of Nandi Governor Stephen Sang. The Soy MP Soy Member of Parliament Caleb Kositani, Kimilili Member of Parliament Didmas Baraza, Wasingishu Women Representative Gladys Shelley, and Aldai Member of Parliament Cornel Serem. His legal team, led by Gladys Shelley, says no summons have been formally issued against him.
O'clock in the morning, and now is in police custody in accordance to the law. I would like to plead to the members of Kapseret constituency and Wasingishu County at large and the country that we are now satisfied that the law has been followed, what has happened so far at this station, and that there should be no panic at all.
Letu ni kuomba viongozi ambaye wana nafasi ya kuweza kutamka maneno. Jambo la busara ni wakati sisi tunahubiri mambo ambayo itachangia usalama ya nchi yetu na usalama wa watu wetu.
Flying, the Kapseret Member of Parliament landed in Nakuru. Let me get this, in Nakuru and dog section area from Eldoret after he handed himself to the police in Langas. Here are the pictures of that arrival in Nakuru.
After hapa unaweza ongea sahi ama?
He did hand himself in Langas and not Langata's earlier stated. Well, away from that, former Mombasa Senator Hassan Omar and Nyali Member of Parliament Mohammed Ali have taken a swipe at ODM leader Raila Odinga and Governor Hassan Joho, accusing them of playing politics of division. The duo, who are currently meeting Buxton residents over the proposed multi-billion shillings housing project, maintain that leaders should unite against the ills in society such as graft. Our coast reporter Kevin Mutai is now joining us live from Buxton Estate with more details. Kevin?
Pikipiki anapatiana nini? Nyinyi mabahili wakubwa hiyo miaka yote mumepatiana nini? There is no BBI in Mombasa. There will be no BBI in this country. Because hii BBI haizungumzi shida za watu. We know why you are diverting your attention. You are diverting the attention because of COVID haste. Sisi hatutaki kusikia mambo ya Ruto. Ruto na Joho si ligi moja. Hawezi. Unatukana Ruto, naibu wa rais. Nyinyi sio ligi moja. Ati Ruto anaenda na ndege, anaenda na gari. Kwani wewe unaenda na baskeli ama unaenda na mkokoteni kazini? Kwa hivyo kwa hayo machache mimi nitampisha ndugu yangu aweze kuendelea mahali nimebakisha. Shukrani.
Asante sana. Mimi nitaliangazia swala la BBI kwa ufupi sana. Ndugu zetu wa Meru walikomesha rege. Raila akapiga hesabu zake, akaona mafala ni watu wa pwani, ati akaja kuanzisha rege pwani. Sisi wa pwani tutaizima rege mara 2. Akatafuta pacha wake Joho, akaenda kwa Samboja, alafu akaja kwa Joho, because he knows their constitutional knowledge is deficient. Mimi nataka kuambia, you do not need the BBI to be inclusive. Nini inamfanya Uhuru Kenyatta asiweze kuwa inclusive katika serikali vile iko sasa? Uhuru Kenyatta ameenda katika mtindo wa kikabila. Sasa amewadia wakati wa kuondoka, amesema sasa ati anataka inclusivity. Leo Atuoli atuambia ati wako na njama ya kumhakikisha Uhuru Kenyatta atatawala tena. Jana gazeti la Nation likasema Raila ako na bullet moja. Kila election Raila mbakisha bullet moja. I want to tell you, the Hustler Nation does not have a bullet. It has the silver bullet to win in 2022.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola. Taste the simple joys.
Heaviness and a burning inside, it could be heartburn.
Kiungulia na kuvimbiwa? Ino inatibu ndani ya sekunde 6 na inatuliza dalili 6 za kiungulia. Kwa hivyo unaweza kuburudika bila kikomo. Ino, tibu haraka kiungulia na tumbo kuvimba.
Get your back leg fired up, strong. Now reach, extend your hands way up and go back. Low push-up, hands down, step back.
Yoga is believed to help reduce the risk of non-communicable diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, and respiratory diseases.
It is one exercise that caters for your mind, body, and soul.
Positive vibes to you, light and peace. Namaste.
Did you know there's a laundry bar soap that can help save you time, water, and money? You save by not having to use multiple products. And you only rinse once. For a laundry soap that can help save you time, water, and money, try Whitewash Extra. Brand power, helping you buy better.
The sisal subsector is the oldest agricultural investment as well as the longest agricultural industries in Tanzania.
When I see people wearing my creations, like wherever they are, that's the best feeling in my life.
Africa will need an estimated $10 billion to revive the travel and tourism sector post the pandemic.
We are Nation, Africa's independent media brand. We are committed to empowering all Africans, from the young to the old, from the curious to the educated, and from the heart of the cities to the rural areas. We are Nation. Join us, because if you want to get far, you do it together. Nation. Empower Africa.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching NTV at One. Now, 2 men suspected to be poachers have been arrested with ivory valued at 500,000 shillings in Kitengela town. Now, police officers also intercepted more than 300 kilograms of wild meat in a separate incident in Nkoreka in Mashuru sub-county. Take a look.
The 2 suspects were arrested by a multi-security agency team comprising of the Kenya Wildlife Service officers and the police. The suspects had ferried the 6-kilo ivory from Migori County to Kitengela. The elephant tusks were cut into 5 small pieces and concealed as grains of maize in a gunny bag.
Majangili wawili wakati tulipo waoji tena wakakiri ya kwamba wao wanafanya biashara Migori na wao wanakuwa walipewa hiyo pembe na mtu fulani ambayo sio yao, ndio wakuje wause hapa.
Detectives posing as customers laid a trap and managed to arrest a 66-year-old foreign national and his Kenyan accomplice, while their mastermind, believed to be a senior civil servant, escaped. The civil servant is said to be on police radar. He is suspected to be part of a gang of poachers operating in the region.
Karibu miezi miwili tumeweza kupata pikipiki 12 zikiwa zinabeba vitu kama hizi na gari 3 zikiwa zinabeba nyama za zebra, giraffe na hizi zingine nyama za wanyama hawa mandikidiki.
At the same time, police officers in collaboration with KWS officers acting on a tip-off intercepted 300 kilograms of wild meat stashed in a sack in Nkoria village along Kajiado, Mashuru Road. The meat was being transported in a motorcycle to Kajiado town. The suspects managed to escape. Police also say that they are investigating incidents of unscrupulous traders selling snake meat as fish fillet to unsuspecting customers in Kajiado urban centers. Leila Mohammed, NTV.
Well, the memorandum of understanding signed between the Kenya government and the Ugandan government 1 year ago in Moroto in Uganda has brought significant changes to families living along the Kenya-Uganda border. According to West Pokot Governor John Lonyangapuo, the MOU has helped to reduce perennial animosity between the two countries. Leaders drawn from the Kenyan side converged at Nasal area in Kacheliba constituency in West Pokot County to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the peace agreement. The MOU also targets the elimination of illegal firearms and weapons. The peace projects will benefit about 3,000 people in Urum and 1,000 households in West Pokot. Meanwhile, the Gare and the Degodia communities of Mandera have agreed to cease animosity and embrace peace. The ceasefire agreement was reached between clan elders of the two warring clans. The elders from the Gare clan returned camels stolen from their neighbors in the mid-60s as a sign of a commitment towards the ceasefire. Hussein Maalim of Takaba sub-county decided to return a camel that his forefathers stole from the Degodia as a gesture of reconciliation. Isaac Robo, the area chief, says that the national and county governments have a major role to play in ending the feud. The Degodia and Gare have fought for control of resources since 2013 after the advent of devolution.
Wakati unakufa utaulizwa. Kwa hivyo sisi kama family tulisema mali halali ndio mzuri. Hii mali sio halali, sio mali yetu. Irudi kwa Dogodia, atujui Dogodia ni nani, mwenye hii gamia sisi atujui.
We want to call upon every person who has taken animal from other communities to return to the people their properties, because that is the only way forgiveness and reconciliation can be done.
We don't want such habits to continue through our area. That is why we are being employed by the government, and we must bring this community together to stay together peacefully.
Now, many Kenyans say that they need government support due to financial challenges brought about by COVID-19. In Limuru's Ndeya ward, residents of Kiwanda village say that the cost of food has hit the roof and they cannot provide for their families. The rains have been insufficient in that part of the country. The villagers add they are concerned that the small harvest may not sustain them without much needed intervention. Many here claim that their children are facing starvation. Area Member of Parliament Peter Mwadhi is calling on both the national and county governments of Kiambu to construct water plants that will harvest rainwater and nourish the earth during the dry season.
19 na pia katika ile jua tunaona saizi, kwa sababu hapa hakuna chakula, waweze kuchukua jukumu la kusaidia wananchi ili waweze kupita hii janga na ndio warudi katika makwao.
Well, in a bid to cushion various communities against the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Hindu Council of Kenya has donated foodstuff and sanitary products to over 9 needy groups from different regions in the country. The council says this is in line with their action plan to fight COVID-19 and their weekly relief and welfare programs. The 9 groups that received the donations are the Imani Hope Organization, Joy Children's Home, the Victors Organization and the Kenya Musicians Union, among others. The Hindu Council's national chairman, Shri Kamal Gupta, says they are actively involved in preparing the community to face the challenges of COVID-19, as the religion's tradition is that the entire humanity is one family.
Because I'm really humbled that he requested you to attend this event. Unfortunately, he didn't, for this great gesture, and please convey. Thank you very much.
Well, the National Museums of Kenya will reopen all museums and monuments for visitors and tourists across the country as from Monday after a 7-month shutdown due to COVID-19. Now, Sports, Culture and Heritage Principal Secretary Josephat Mukobe says that the opening will be in strict adherence to COVID-19 protocols, where visitors will be required to put on face masks, wash their hands and observe the social distancing rules to reduce the risk of spreading the virus at the historical sites. Mukobe said this when she visited the Malindi Museum to assess the level of preparedness, adding that her docket was working closely with the Ministry of Health to inspect the facilities, adding that the agency had not collected any revenue since March this year.
We have written to the Ministry of Health
to come now that it's opening a little, because we cannot close forever. Life must continue, and we must know how to work with the COVID.
Now, the manufacturing sector is expected to witness a raft of changes when new regulations are put in place in the motorcycle sector in a few months' time. The regulations have, however, caused a divide in the sector, with a number of members saying they were not consulted in the drafting process and that the new policies contradict those of the World Trade Organization. Gina Kirori has more.
The new regulations will see Kenya locally manufacture spare parts for motorcycles, but this has come under heavy opposition. 13 companies who are members of the Motorcycle Assemblers Association say the regulations go against the World Trade Organization guidelines as they deny global suppliers market entry. The implementation of the regulations has been a work in progress since 2013, and the Kenya Association of Manufacturers says the regulations will in fact benefit the country.
I wish to appeal to the disgruntled companies who are trying to go. I think let's put Kenya first. Let's buy Kenya, build Kenya. Importing parts of a motorcycle and failing to produce locally really does not make sense.
Definitely seen a reduction in local content being manufactured since globalization in early 2000. So this change will definitely spur job creation for all our part manufacturers, and definitely we will see an uptake in local content in the future.
There has, however, been an argument that Kenya lacks the capacity to assemble the motorcycle spare parts.
The entire regulation requires upwards of 70,000. With the policy in place, we are now investing another $3 million into our facility within the next 3 months to be ready for the regulation implementation.
The Kenya Association of Manufacturing says it will reach out to the disgruntled parties to iron out their concerns. Gina Kirori, NTV.
Now, cash-strapped retail chain Tuskys Supermarket says it is working towards conclusion of the billion-shilling capital injection from a Mauritius-based private equity fund in a bid to arrest its deteriorating financial condition. This comes just a day after a video surfaced showing what appears to be eviction of the retailer from the Juja branch of a rent arrears. Last week, Tuskys shut Nairobi's K-Mall outlet in Komarok Estate. All right, let's take a look at other stories making headlines beyond our borders. In Mali's military junta on Saturday vowed to establish an 18-month transition government to return the country to civilian rule after last month's coup. But key figures protested the army's continued influence, and a junta-appointed committee adopted a transition charter by acclamation at the close of talks on the handover of power, a move that paves the way for a placeholder government taking over before staging fresh elections. right, well, away from that, let's now take a look at what is happening in Mauritius. And Mauritians on Saturday marched for the second time in a month as public anger festers over the government's handling of a devastating oil spill off the coast. A sea of colorful demonstrators waving flags and chanting slogans descended on Mehibgon on the southeast coast, where a cargo ship ran around in July and leaked more than 1,000 tons of fuel into the pristine sea. All right, now just going back to other stories making headlines here in the country. COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli has denied talk that meetings at his Ildamat home in Kajiado County are meant to extend President Uhuru Kenyatta's term in office or give him a fresh political lifeline. Let's take a look at some of the things he said.
When we are here, we don't have mandate from the state. Nor are we funded by the state to be meeting in my home here. We support the president for some reasons. One of the cardinal reasons why we support him, we want him to fulfill the 4 items on his agenda. 2, we want him also to support us on the BBI, because it is only through BBI this country will be peaceful immediately after elections. 3, we support the head of state for posterity. Future of our children and our grandchildren depends on a peaceful person.
All right, let's now take a look at stories making headlines in the world of sports. And Osasuna made a winning start to the 2020-2021 Spanish La Liga season after beating Cadiz 2-0 at Ramon de Carranza Stadium. Now, Adrian Lopez put Osasuna ahead in the 10th minute before Ruben Garcia sealed the is on its final stretch here tonight. We'll be having our last bulletin in Kiambu County. You want to join us because we will be taking a look at a number of things, including the beautiful culture of the Agikuyu people here in Kiambu County. My name is Zainab Ismail. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing.
This is NTV.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Oh my, oh my, oh my days. Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. Never understood. Never understood. Life can be this good.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
That is just for me. It really feels very comfy.
Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
Parenting is all about learning when to be tough and when to be gentle. Tough, gentle. But when it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Tough call. Panadol Baby and Infant. Tough on fever, gentle on your child.
The sisal subsector is the oldest agricultural investment as well as the longest agricultural industries in Tanzania.
When I see people wearing my creations, like wherever they are, that's the best feeling in my life.
Africa will need an estimated $10 billion to revive the travel and tourism sector post the pandemic.
We are Nation, Africa's independent media brand. We are committed to empowering all Africans, from the young to the old, from the curious to the educated, and from the heart of the cities to the rural areas. We are Nation. Join us, because if you want to get far, you do it together. Nation. Empower Africa.
Get your back leg fired up, strong. Now reach, extend your hands way up and go back. Low push-up, hands down, step back.
Yoga is believed to help reduce the risk of non-communicable diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, and respiratory diseases.
It is one exercise that caters for your mind, body, and soul.
positive vibes to you, light and peace. Namaste.
Did you know there's a laundry bar soap that can help save you time, water, and money? You save by not having to use multiple products. And you only rinse once. For a laundry soap that can help save you time, water, and money, try Whitewash Extra. Brand power, helping you buy better.
This is Fact Finder from the BBC.
Conspiracy theories and misinformation about coronavirus is spreading fast online. But what is the truth?
A Sierra Leonean journalist tells us the challenges of delinking satirical work from misinformation. And did a Kenyan mother thank an atheist society for paying her son's school fees?
How? That doesn't make sense. How?
Well, find out in True or False.
Corona, which we don't know which kind of an animal is this one. People are dying because of hunger.
Sasa watu wataanza kukosana, itakuwa watu waishi, itakuwa wengi.
I think Kenyans as a whole, it's extremely important that they understand wildlife because this is Kenya's natural heritage.
Speaking about alternative source of livelihood apart from tourism, they got even no idea on what to do next.
NTV, turning on your world. The following program has been rated PG. It may contain scenes unsuitable for children under the age of 10.
Oh my gosh, every time we start our intro, I'm always like trying to break dance. In my mind, I dance like Chris Brown. I know, I don't. But that's not the point. Hello and welcome to it. It is TTTT. My name is Amina Abdi Rabar. And of course, there was a lot that took place this week. This week, Kenyan artists got the confirmation that truly their monies have been missing and they have been exploited. What a sad week for the entertainment industry.
Polonia na ageniarea giothe me haha. Kiheo giki.
We love to see it. Professor Ngugi makes his acceptance speech in Gikuyu language. Are we embracing our culture enough? The bar has been set. Oh my days.
Ite kota puyodangi.
Ani nakmale jala dabek. Oja wari namich ufamale oja wari afan wara dubbatan karte. Akmale gammata. Anyway, the hashtag is TTTT, and we've got our panelists tonight. We've got the one and only Terence, the creative Wapi Kelele. No? And we've got Daddy Mato. Mato, you have to give me a better intro than that one, please. No?
Get better than that.
Stop it.
Dardi.
Stop it, Terence. Stop it. Anyway, at the Trend Live is our Twitter handle.
Terence.
Now, the cold season usually occurs between June and August, but it has extended to September. Who has connections now to Baridi, as in Elewi? Because someone needs to tell. You just need to find a way to tell the weather to take a chill pill. How could it be foggy in Kiambu? Watu wangu wa Kiambu, sijui kama pia nyinyi mlikuwa mna notice. Was it shocking to you as it was to me? Let me start with Mato. Mato, which part of Kenya are you coming to us live from tonight?
Kitui. Mimi ni ati Kitui, ona huyu. Mimi nimetoka sehemu za Kiambu County towards maeneo hilo. Hapo ndipo niko Roiro. Huku baridi pia imetukanganya kanganye. Lakini ukweli ni the weatherman is doing a lot of science. Yet we are Africans and Africa is our business. And the truth is, it is because there have been some night runners not running in Kisii because of the curfew, and they were supposed to be appeasing the gods. The gods of the cold and the heat and the sun is the reason why we are in trouble right now. There are some people who are supposed to be running somewhere naked at night that it is not happening.
How is that? Terence, is Mato making any sense to you?
He's making sense to himself. What I will say is that he baridi pia imezidi. But what I would like to urge Kenyans, please, we all know that cold comes with a lot of things.
Oh my God.
Tafadhali tujichunge, manake pia economy ni ngumu. Because ningekuwa mwanasiasa ningesema wanapanga vile tutaongeza kura katika huu mwezi. Tujichunge na hii baridi. But anyway, I'm totally confused. Martin, you know there? I'm totally confused.
Sema hii ni baridi ya watu wawili. Hii ni baridi ya watu wawili. Mmoja wa kupika chai, mwingine wa kuendea mkate. Unaona?
Mmoja wa duve.
I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but the price of a cup of coffee is cheaper than that bag of diapers. You know that?
Yeah, I see what you did.
From personal experience. I don't know who needs to hear that. I felt like I needed to say it at that time.
And also, Amina,
Yes.
a duvet is 1,800. But pale kwa maternity unaweza lipa 80,000. So you make the choice.
You make the decision. It is up to you. You have got the right. I don't want to talk more because I also want to live. So let me just quickly move along and talk about the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary, Peter Munya, who has directed Livestock Principal Secretary Harry Kimtai to facilitate the transfer of Kenya Meat Commission to the Ministry of Defense following an order by President Uhuru Kenyatta. And of course, Kenyans had a bone to pick with the president about this story. Terence, uliona story kwa upande
Yeah, walisema security has been beefed up. Oh my God. But I hope it will work for the better of us.
What's wrong with you?
Because by the way, as we are trying to make fun of this thing. But zile I'm very sure Amina, hiyo nyama nyinyi nimekula nyama tofauti. Nimekula punda bila kujua.
Na dogi?
Nimekula sambusa za umbo kabisa na they are very sweet. Mimi usemaga kama unachinja nyama mbaya, ipike vizuri. Bora yui watu uipike vizuri. But I hope when the government the defense takes on this matter, tutakuwa na nyama legit, halal.
Yeah, thank you very much. Halal. It would really help if everyone just, you know, I mean, let me not get into that halal conversation right now. Mato, right before we take the break, anything you want to add on?
He's a vegetarian. He has nothing to say.
Unajua, apparently KDF uteremka vizuri na supu ya nyama. Yeah? KDF uteremka vizuri na supu ya nyama. Ndio sababu kupenda hivyo. But one thing I'm noticing is that our president is going the military way in a lot of his solutions for things. Ama ni mimi peke yangu nimeona hivyo. There's a lot of militarization of you know, his cabinet, his the people he puts in key leadership positions. Yeah, mi sisemi kitu, but nina notice kuna ka trend.
Ushasema.
Umenotice kuna ka trend, Martin. Look at you. Look
Martin
at
so
you.
Leo yuko kwa boot.
All right, so now let's take a look at the next story. Tourism Cabinet Secretary Najib Balala has urged Narok Governor Samuel Tunai to take action against a tented camp built on the banks of the Mara River after a viral video shot by tourists showed the staff of the camp chasing away wildebeest during the crossing. Take a look at this video.
Yeah.
You know, Terence, we should definitely do a voiceover and then we say something like, viewers, as you can see, this is now on Parliament. Politicians are in there. And then we say that they are in there. They're in their habitat, you know.
And
what you can see,
what you can see, if my cameraman could zoom, thank you.
Thank you.
There is some wildebeest being chased away from their habitat by a hotelier. Zingepita tu na hiyo hoteli.
Ipita na hiyo hoteli?
It's very sad.
Acha nikuulize kwa sababu pia wewe umetravel. Haikushtuangi kidogo kwa sababu they don't fence. I mean, you know, because a lot of these camps are built within the conservancies.
No, where we work.
Ideally we're in their houses, tuko kwa nyumba zao, usivyo. So sasa like
I think what they say, ukitembea kwingi kwa na mengi. And where we are at Oribi Expedition, we have professionals. They guide you on where to go and where not to go. So we are careful.
That doesn't even make any sense. I was talking about how the camps are not tented. You know what? It's fine. Martin, let us cross over to you.
Ongelea familia yako.
Hey, Terence amejaribu kudunga brand hapo akadunga vibaya imegonga ukuta.
Hapana. We are very professional.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I mean, you need to teach him how to segue. Bado ni kama
What have I done?
It's what you've not done, actually.
I think this is the saddest video I've ever watched. For
Why?
Masai
Why are
man.
you sad?
It's very sad. Imagine ukienda kwako alafu mtu akufungie barabara na ni curfew na uwezi toka nje kwa gate ni saa 3. Na nje kuna polisi. And this is where hii ni barabara yenyu ya kwenda nyumbani.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you block those creatures from... Hiyo ni barabara yao. So, they are not crazy. It's not like zimepotea njia. Hapo ndio zinapitanga. Miaka naenda, miaka rudi. But ghafla bin vu, wakienda kupita mahali wamezoea.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu ameekelea hema.
You know what, Terence? If you're this offended and they're wildebeest, I wonder how mad you would have gotten if they were hippos. I'm joking.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, so Macho, I want you to wrap it up.
Wow.
If you know, you know.
If the hippos will be in court right now and activating... Switch off Mato, guys, switch off Martin.
I think we need to start understanding how to...
appreciate.
Yes, appreciate our wildlife. Yeah, very true. Very true. All right, so now keep on sending in your tweets at the Trend Live with that hashtag TTTT. Now, an audit of organizations that collect royalties on behalf of musicians has revealed why Kenyan artists have been receiving peanuts. The forensic audit from 2017 to 2019 unearthed deep-rooted systemic inefficiencies. The findings are contained in a draft report that was received by the Kenya Corporate Board Chairman Mutuma Matthew this past week on Tuesday. The ROT includes diversion of royalties, poor corporate governance structures, suspected fraudulent transactions, poor record keeping, and the existence of ghost or duplicate members. Unato Terence, you know, for us who benefit from this industry, first of all, before upate kulipwa na pesa kwa sababu umelipwa na exposure for so long.
Imagine.
Before you ufike umefanya, yani it's just one thing after the other, and then now.
Tumelipwa na
it's not like
asante.
you make much to begin with. It's just terrible.
Tumelipwa na asante miaka mingi. Let me say it's very it's last time watu wasanii walilipwa 2,500.
Yeah.
And I was thinking what Willy Paul was saying. Inauma, by the way. Inauma mtu anatoa wimbo mingi, wimbo karibu so, unaget. Now that's why I think Ben Gidhaa alijua anatoanga ngoma 5 na beat moja because it's very expensive kwenda kuundio beat alafu pia 2,500. 2,500 when you're doing production, you can only hire a lapel. Imagine, hapa kuna cameraman, kuna editor, kuna location, and kuna everything. It is time we start appreciating Kenyan artists, whichever industry. So long as una collect royalty in our names, you should appreciate us. Now that's why nchi za nje wanafaidika sana sababu they have good systems. Ukiangalia iTunes, wanakula vizuri, hata mtu aliacha kuimba, but royalties zimemfeed. Hapa Kenya.
Really? Alafu unapewa pressure ati kwa sababu you're not driving asijui a Discovery what
sababu ishi Leafy suburb
Range Rover. You're like, first of all, stop. And you know, to be honest, there's so many times that for many of you who used to go for events, you'd be so surprised to find that the MC, that the DJ that you were enjoying so much didn't even have fare to go home because that event they were paid with, you know,
food.
Fare. I don't know what, or food. Yeah, you're right, not because they don't have fare. So you're paid by, you know, unapewa chakula, unapewa wende nyumbani. So inakuanga ni maisha ngumu sana. So you believe and you hope that the system will work. And then it fails you. Mato, what are your thoughts about this?
First of all, it was 2,530. Kulikuwa na 30 bob ya kutoa.
Number
2.
Poleni.
Yeah, as if that makes it better. Yeah. Number 2, you know, there is such a thing as exposure. Overexposure will lead to you being naked. You're overexposed, so you're naked. You're naked because you don't have enough money to even buy clothes to put on your body to cover the overexposedness. Number 3, how ndio the same people, wakati president alisema kuna 100 million inafaa kutolewa iende kwa artists, they are the same people ambao walitoa press conference on 12th of May, I think. Yes. Wakasema, we want to be the ones to distribute those money because we are the ones who know our members. We know our members, we know their homes, we know what to do with this money we need to distribute to them. 100 million sahi. Tungekuwa atungeiona, because as it is right now, I already know people who've made films because Kenya Film Commission handled the film sector of that. Then there are people who've done plays, there are people who've done audio plays. As in, iyo pesa so far, umesikia mahali imeenda imefanya kitu fulani. Kuna watu wengi bado hajawafikia, bado juu zao zilikuwa zile budget kubwa kubwa, but kuna watu tayari wanafanya vitu nazo. Lakini hawa mimi niko utungu sana kama member kwanza. Mimi
inauma. Yeah. Mato umekula pesa ngapi kwa hiyo 100?
Unfortunately, mimi sikujiunga na kikundi cha vijana.
Usilie kwa TV.
Renowned novelist Professor Ngugi wa Thiong'o was feted by the Catalan government for the 31st Catalonia International Prize, known as the Premi Intercontinental. I hope I pronounce this right, by the way, but it's okay. Since wale watu wote wali grow up Italy wataniambia story pale KOT, it's all right. So, known as Premi Internacional Catalunya, Ngugi made his acceptance speech in the Gikuyu dialect, disclosing that he had just undergone heart surgery at a hospital in California when he received the good news. And I think that this sort of like sets precedence for a lot of us, because we see athletes who struggle to speak in English when they could just speak their mother tongue, and then these guys would figure out a way to translate it. But in case you missed that clip, take a look.
Professor Ngugi, congratulations. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Raisi wa Catalonia na ageni arĩa othe me haha. Kĩheo gĩkĩ Premi International nĩ kĩahutia ngoro yakwa na njĩra nyingĩ. Ndakinyĩirwo nĩ ndeto ĩno December 2019 de orerine libitali nene ya UC Medical.
I was very proud when I saw that. It made me.
Yeah.
Man, I felt really good.
Reke tukenete muno Amina ni kindu kiria Ngugi ekite. Na githiji hari ori ni ugwitikania nani kwamba kindu Ngugi arekire ni kindu gya gitio muno. Thikiriria kamwana ngutaririe. Kindu githiji thikiriria kindu Ngugi arekire wa Thiong'o ni kindu gya bata muno. Nwanyita Amina na gakofia gaku kau kairu. Ti oguo reke ngwire. Kindu Ngugi arekire.
Kelele da umfedu. Amo atinwana
ni muko jigo na inywe bora na ici.
Gamadin yagamade.
Tutikuria ngamira guku.
Yagamade.
Gireji we kuo. Gireji. Turaigirwo we guku.
Amina.
Oh yes, my.
Amina, let me rain on your parade.
Tell me.
Now, this is an amazing moment for Africans and for Kenya. For sure, what Ngugi wa Thiong'o did is yani in a sense of pride, by the way. Yani unaona huyu ni mtu, by the way, amechoka na watu kusema African language yake isitumike huku kwingine akatumia. But let's not get something wrong, yeah? Let's not get something wrong. There was an advance copy that was sent that was translated. That is why even the clip has subtitles in whatever other language that was being spoken during the national transmission of that ceremony. So hii ndio naongea mimi naelewa enyania na watu mahali wanaelewa, lakini hawawezi shika. So sijasema tusitumie lugha zetu. Kama unaweza kuja na subtitles umetembea nazo weke hivi ukiongea ni sawa.
No. No, listen, Mato. Who said that it is embarrassing to have a Kuyo accent, to have a Warges accent, to have a Calais accent? But it is sexy to have a French or Italian or a British accent.
That?
No, we need to just be proud of who we are.
One of the men that I really love and respect is a former MD, Nation Media Group, Linus Gitahi. I love that man to bits. Yani akiongea kuna the heads that utasikia hata kwa matamshi ya maneno, but does that mean that man is any less intelligent? No.
Before the same.
Command of English is not a measure of intelligence. Command of English is not a measure of intelligence. That's one thing you should know. Just because kuna vocabulary yako imaanisha sasa ndio umeiva tu sana. Lakini kuna watu wameiva ni lugha tu kwa mdomo inakataa kutoka vizuri.
Yes. And as Amina said, watu, I hope tukirudi kukimbia watu watakuwa wanatumia hiyo kikale, wacha watafute translators huko.
Watafute wapige wase huko LD
Itandikwe.
wakishindwa hizo maitada matala inamaanisha nini wajibambe. Anyway, now listen, we're getting so many tweets. We really are. The hashtag, like I said, as you try to get this brand new, beautiful device, the Techno Camon 16, we want you to tell us why you need the upgrade to the Techno Camon 16. What is it about this device, or maybe what it is about the things that you want to do with your life, with your career, or where you are right now in your life? What is it about that needs you to upgrade? Because this is more than just a camera phone. Make sure that you tag Techno across all of their social media platforms. Get us as well at the Trend Live. As we were reading the tweets, I was just seeing Frida Gaizo saying how she wants to start posting covers. I'm seeing so many tweets of so many people who are chefs, who want to start getting on YouTube, who want to start being what. I can see it all, and I think we don't have enough time on this show alone to award the winner. So why don't you keep tweeting? I know, please just keep on tweeting and at Techno and at us as well at the Trend Live. So that's all we had for TTTT. Thank you so much, Terence. Thank you so much, Macho.
Most welcome.
Hopefully next week, Cindy or Terence?
Yeah, inshallah.
Okay, all right, so great. So listen, at 10 p.m. we've got Nasty C, South African hip-hop in his house. But right now we've got to exit. My name is Amina Abdirabah. Catch me on Twitter. That's at Amina Rabah. As we make way for the news right here on NTV. Do not go anywhere.